Rogue Wave. Sam Riley, Book 4. Written by Christopher Cartwright. Narrated by David Gilmore. Prologue. Bermuda, 5 days ago. The clock showed precisely 4:30 p.m. on the island of Bermuda. Luke Eldridge ran his right hand along his unshaven face. It was uncomfortable. For his 38 years of life, he'd always maintained a clean-shaven face, until this week. At 5'10", he was roughly average height for an American of his generation. He had thick brown hair, hazel eyes, a smile that would have allowed him to go into politics, and a cleft chin that made him belong in Hollywood. He stared at the time for a moment, as though his will alone could stop its progression. In 30 minutes the others would come for him. They would have his answer, although it was unlikely to be the one they had sought. From the comfort of the tiny stone cottage overlooking the pristine waters of the Atlantic Ocean, his mind should have been clear to roam the many possibilities of the offer which had been made to him. His team had hit the big time. With their discovery, the world was going to be changed forever. He and his fellow scientists were going to be rich. The offers were going to flow in like a deluge. The only problem was the first offer they received had been too good to refuse. But that was exactly what he intended to do. It was going to dangerously upset the buyers. They had told him not to leave the island until a decision had been made. None of the scientists were given permission to leave, even though the others had hinted that they would be willing to acquiesce to such an offer. Luke had already talked to the other 3 in his team. Of course, they would want to accept. They would all be rich eventually, but the offer they had been given already would see all of them immediately richer than they had ever dreamed of. He was the exception, of course. He was born into a wealthy family. It was easier for the other members of his team to argue that he had the financial luxury of waiting for a better offer. It wasn't about the money. Luke knew he would have to refuse the offer for the simple fact that it was evil. He thought about the offer for a moment. It was provided by an angel who delivered the will of the devil. $20 billion.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?